on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now. If you're here, make sure you hit the like button and put a number 1 in the chat if y'all could hear me clearly. Put a number 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. Shout out to everyone who is here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. Okay. Someone can hear me clearly. Shout out to everyone. Salute to all the visionaries. Of course, we're back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course. Shout out to everybody. Salute. Let me take this banner down. What's good, y'all? What's good? Shout out to everybody once again. Of course, we're back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate all the support. We're going to get into today's show. Before we get into today's show, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the show. Share it on your community tabs, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere that you share content. Make sure you share this show. We're going to get into it today. We are going to get into it today. Shout out to everyone. I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate all the donations from everyone. Shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate all the support y'all have for Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And y'all see today's show. Let's get into it. Y'all see today's show. All roads lead back home. All roads lead back home. Fellas, that's what we're going to talk about today. See, because a lot of us, we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, and we lose track of what we're doing this for, who we're doing this for. What is all of this stuff about? What is life about? I'm going through all of this shit. I've been going through all of this shit. It's like, how do I piece all of this stuff together? Right? And for the most part, we all grow up with parents. Some of us don't grow up with parents, but the ones who were blessed to grow up with parents, you pretty much were raised to go in a certain direction. You know, your parents raised you a certain way so you can basically grow up and live a certain type of life for yourself. Right? So from young, for the most part, most people's parents try to keep them on the right road. Try to keep them on a road of going towards something positive and something that will lead them to success, not misery, not heartache, pain, and, you know, stuff like that. But we find ourselves finding our own way a lot of times. For the most part, a lot of us figured it out on our own. And when I say figured it out on our own, I mean figured out the route that we're going to take. We always knew the destination, but for the most part, we take our own road. And a lot of times that road is usually not good. Because now that I'm the age that I am, and I was able to experience the things that I was able to experience and live through them, which is a blessing. I understand now that what my parents told me to do was the right thing, but it was good that I made the decisions that I made because it granted me the experience to be able to have the testimony that I have today. You see? See, for the most part, fellas, a lot of us, we're told to do the right thing when we're young, but we choose to go around it because that's just how a lot of us are. And then we experience a whole lot of extra shit that we probably wouldn't have the experience if we'd have just listened. We'd have just listened, right? But it's still good that we didn't because we learned the lessons that we learned. But you got to understand that at the end of the day, all roads lead back to home. All roads lead back to home. Everything that you do in life, any decision that you make, all of those things come back to you. It's not just the home, your physical home, but all roads, all things come back to you. All the things, for the most part, all of those things come back to you. No matter what you decide to do, no matter who you decide that you want to be, it all goes back to you. And this is what real accountability is. When we speak on accountability as men, this is what accountability is. Understanding that all that shit come back to you. Good, bad, or indifferent, it all comes back to you. It all boils down to what you're going to do, how you're going to process it, how you're going to accept it and deal with it. It all comes back to you. All roads lead back to home. This is why, at the end of the day, things are still going to impact you because everything leads back to home. Okay, you was in a relationship and it didn't work out, and it didn't work out not because of you. Not because of you directly, no, but all things what? Go back to home. You see? And this is what I want brothers to understand, especially when we're talking about accountability. See, because at the end of the day, if all you can do is your best, man. All you can do is do your best. And hopefully the results work out in your favor. But other than that, brothers, a lot of times you brothers, y'all put too much on yourselves. Y'all put too much on yourselves that is not needed. You can't control what another person do. You can't control how another person feel. You can't. You can't. And that's something we got to accept as men, man. You can't control how she feel. You can't control how she whatever. People go through what they go through. Just like you going through what you going through. Because just like this title is speaking to you guys, it goes for the women too. It goes for them too. Except I'm just talking to us, fellas, because it just seems like today a lot of us brothers are looking for ways. We looking for ways to run out. We looking for the back door. We looking for the trap door. We looking for the side door. We looking for the emergency exit. And there are none of those. Those don't exist. Those do not exist. Because what? No matter where you go, there you are. You see? All roads lead back to home. All things lead back to the internal. All things. So if you don't have your internal right, don't expect you to feel better about yourself, even though you can go anywhere you want. You can travel, you can do all of that. But if you're still not feeling better about yourself, then that's the real problem. You see? Because the internal is what's going to grant you satisfaction. The internal is what's going to grant you the real joy of you experiencing new things. But if you still trapped internally, you can't enjoy nothing. You can't enjoy nobody. Because you're not even a pleasure to be around. And because you think you have all of this access to things that are outside of you, you think that that's granting you some form of happiness when it's not. It's not. This is why on the thumbnail you see a little black boy looking in the mirror at himself, because all roads lead back to home. Everything that you do, it goes back to these 5 values: spiritual, health, family, appearance, and dwelling. All things lead back to home. All things lead back to the internal. So no matter how good your mobility is, your network of people, your social status and all of those things, no matter how good that is, no matter how good of a job you have in a career, no matter how much money you make, no matter where you can go and vacation at, your leisure, if your family, if you're still dealing with a bunch of family trauma, you're not going to experience it in the from the way you're supposed to. You're not going to fully enjoy life because you're still dealing with internal strife. If you got health issues, you're not going to enjoy your money. You're not going to enjoy your vacations. You're not going to enjoy none of that stuff. If your household is not in order, you're not going to enjoy life. You see? If your spirit ain't right, you're not going to truly enjoy life. Everything comes back to those things. And your appearance, how people view you, which is based on how you present yourself. And that's based on how you view yourself. See, if those things are not in order, you just running around wayward. You just running astray. You see? Because when you have some of those internal things in order, you have a direction in which you're going. You know where it is you're going. You know where you're headed because you're leading with your foresight and not your foreskin. You see? And you can see, being that you can foresee where you're headed, you can also see some of the pitfalls, some of the things that are going to pop up. You see? See, if you wonder why you could be getting certain shit together with yourself, brothers, and do you notice something just pop up like a roadblock? That's internal stuff. That's internal stuff. Or things that result from the internal turmoil. You see? See, I want to let you brothers know, stop neglecting yourself. Stop neglecting who you are. I'm talking about your true self. You know, like when you look in the mirror, that guy, not the guy that you lied to, not your representative, the real you, the one that talks to himself at night when nobody in this room. Him. That's the guy. That's the real you. That's the guy that gets hurt. That's the guy who feels anxiety, who feels stressed. That's you, the real you. That's the guy that I want brothers to understand that needs to heal. Not your representative. Not the shell of you. The shell of you is fine. The one that needs healing is the real you. The one that's fighting the message. See, that's the real you. That's why you get offended when certain things are said. When certain things are said in a certain way. That's the real you. Your representative is the guy that you're trying to portray you are. The one that you want everyone on YouTube to think that you are. See, that's not the real you. You see? And I'm here to tell y'all that it all goes back to that person, the internal. It all goes back there. So you can front and keep putting on different masks because that's what these narratives are. That is what these little groups and all of that shit, that's what it is. It's guys putting on another mask, finding a tree to hide behind instead of just dealing with themselves. You see? So your problems, if your problems are internal problems, then what makes you think that they'll stop if you change your environment? They're internal problems. You're going to bring those problems with you because those problems are a part of you. Those problems are not circumstances. No, those problems are internal issues that you have that came from circumstances, that came from relationships and all of that type of shit, family trauma and all of that type of shit. You see? So all you doing is bringing your bags with you. You're bringing baggage along with other baggage. Because all roads lead back home. All roads lead back home. It all comes back to you and what you say about you and what you feel about you and what you do for you and how you do it. That's what it all goes back to. So if you're insecure, you're not going to be less insecure in another place. You see? Oh, well, since you know people here are more talkative, I'm I'm gonna just automatically open up. It don't work like that. That's an internal issue. So you have to step out of your comfort zone to deal with that internal issue. It's not you just saying, well, I'm going to go over here and it's just going to be better over here for me because I'm over here. But you brought all your shit with you. You brought all your shit with you. That's just like carrying baggage from relationship to the next relationship. You just change partners. You didn't change. You and your last relationship ended and you found somebody else. But what did you learn from the last? How did the last relationship help you change? If you come in with the same baggage, then you're the same person. And all roads lead back to the internal. So at the end of the day, you're going to keep reaping the same results because you're not changing you. You're trying to change everything around you. Things could change around you. Yeah. Things could change around you. But if you stay the same, how much more change you think you're going to see? If you stay in the same. This is what I want brothers to understand. All roads lead back home. You could go anywhere in the world. What about your internal GPS? Where's that signal? Can you have you found yourself? You trying to find everything and find everybody else and trying to find people to validate you and no, have you found you? That's the hard part. That's the real work. Have you found you and accepted you? Are you now even comfortable with the things that you don't like about yourself? The things that you don't like about yourself, do you really don't like them about yourself? Or do you don't like them because someone else don't like them? You see? We have to, fellas, we have to start actively thinking this way because this is a healthy way of thinking about self. We have to stop waiting until we go through crazy breakups, divorces, we lose our job or something major has to happen for us to go through more trauma for us to then say, yo, I gotta find a way to get out of this. And then we start trying to think healthy. No, fellas, we have to start practicing this daily. You see? Because when you understand that all roads lead back to you, all roads lead back to self, then guess what you'll do? You'll set those healthy boundaries. So then you're not just around people and you're feeling offended and you're not saying anything. You see? You're not around people and you're feeling anxiety because you're afraid to speak up. Because you're not used to being around people. See, those are all internal issues. Those are not issues coming from someone else. Those are issues coming from inside of you that you have to address. You see? All roads lead back home. You see? All roads lead back home. That's how you set healthy boundaries for yourself. And that's how people know what lines not to cross with you because you establish them. And not by force, but by how you move, how you behave. People will understand the type of person you are when they see how you move, when they see how you respond to things. They'll get a grasp on it. Okay, he's not going to tolerate that. Okay, he's not going to respond to me when he's spoken to in that way. He's going to respond this way when he's spoken to in this way. See, fellas, if everybody wants to get away with treating us like shit, then we got to teach people how to treat us. So we have to show them that we don't treat us like pieces of shit. We running around showing the world appearance value. All roads lead back to home, internal, right? Follow me. If we're showing the world that we treat each other like shit, then that confirms why the world feels that they can treat us like shit. You know why? Because to other people in their mind, it's like, oh, well, they accept being treated like shit. You understand? All roads lead back to home. Appearance. If we show in the world, hey, black men don't care about each other, just dump on us, just shit on us, because I'm a shit on us too. Then why you think it's easy for them to be disrespectful to us? It's easy for them to fly off at their mouth. It's easy for them to not think before they say something to you. It's easy. Not only because there's a system who taught them that they could do it, but then we taught them it. And we've been teaching people for years, hey, treat black men like shit because we ain't shit. You know why? Because the first thing out of a black man's mouth is, oh, that nigga ain't shit. That's the first thing out of a black man's mouth about another black man. Oh, he ain't shit. That's the first thing they look for. They look for fault. They look for you to say something wrong. They look for you to offend them. See, this is a problem we got to fix, black men, within ourselves. When you hear black men speaking up, oh, you look for him to offend you first. You look for other black men to offend you before he commends you. Oh, you sure do. You sure do. That's what you do. You look for a black man to offend you before he commends you. Before he can applaud you for something. You looking for him to downplay you. You looking for him to say something so you can get offended, so you can say, man, I ain't fucking with him. Man, I ain't supporting that nigga. That's the mindset of black men that we got to get rid of. That's our mindset about each other. We look for any reason. Man, I ain't like what you said today. Man, you know, I ain't really like that. Man, I just didn't like, come on, man. Come on. Do you do this to other men? No. It's always a reason to slight a black man. Always. He got to say everything right all the time. He got to say it the right way. He got to say it in a nice tone. You know, he has to use the correct terminology and make sure it's apostrophes and all of that shit. Just for you to accept the truth from a black man. But everybody else could run around and tell you, hey, brother, you a piece of dog shit on a sidewalk. And you'll believe them as soon as they say it. You'll believe it. You'll internalize that shit. But when you got a black man up here telling you, hey, brother, I love you. You're great. It's time for us to go inside and pull this shit out as black men. This is what black men have always done. This is why the world know we great. And they want to keep us down from showing it. The first thing you do, man, nigga, what you talking about? Man, I'm trying to get this money. Man, nigga, what? Nigga, shut up. Uh-huh. First thing you do. It's the first thing y'all do. Because you don't understand the power of the internal. You don't understand the power of unity. You don't even understand the power of unity. This is why you men don't understand the power of marriage. Or should I said that? This is why you don't understand the power of marriage. Because you don't understand the power of unity, a union. You see? It's why you renege when you do business with each other as black men. It's why you're quick to rob and steal and do all this bullshit. Quick to penny pinch off your brother. Quick to find a way to steal $1 from him. Because you don't understand the power of unity, a union. You don't understand the power of the number one. I've said this numerous times. You don't understand the power of the number one. See, when you think of the number one, you think individual. See, that's what your oppressor taught you. The number one denotes just me. Unity or union is a spiritual value. See? This goes back to what? Home, the internal. All roads lead back to home. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate everybody that's here. Hit the like button and share the show. All roads lead back to home. You see? Unity is a spiritual term, a spiritual value. There's currency in unity. Internally and externally. You see? There's strength in numbers, unity, because those numbers come together and they all show up as one. You don't understand the power of the number one. This is what I'm trying to get you brothers to understand. You could go wherever the hell you want to go. Long as you got a GPS and some money, you can go. But just remember, don't leave yourself. That's all I'm saying. Don't leave you. Don't forget about you. See? That's all I'm saying. All roads lead back to home. You. See? You're in the environment. You. What you gonna do? It's still up to you. It's not because of this, or that, or this, or that. It's because of you. That makes the experience what it is. You. See? Stop looking for things outside of you. And if you're going to look for things outside of you, look for things outside of you that complement who you are. Not things that complement everybody else, that complements you. All roads lead back to home. See? You know why brotherhood is important for Black men? Because it benefits self. Self is not just you, it's you and the guys like you. Do for self. You see? Because a brotherhood represents a what? Not just a physical union, but a spiritual union. You see? This is why they don't want Black men to unify. They don't want Black men to come together for shit. Because guess what happens? The energy changes. People start looking weird. Oh, what's going on over there? Why is it 100 Black men over there? Nobody got shot. Call the police. What are those Black men doing over there? They're not arguing. Call the cops. Why do you think that happens? They made a whole goddamn, they made an infraction for it. They made an infraction for it. Gathering on the sidewalk, impeding traffic. That's bullshit. They used to tell me and my bros that when we used to be on the block. We used to have our own cipher. Police pull up. Hey, break this up. Yo, man, we just sitting here building. Yo, y'all, this, we can actually get out and write you a ticket because this is called gathering on a sidewalk and you're impeding traffic. Really? But if we go to Bensonhurst and them little white boys that be all gathered up in front of, in the back of the goddamn bank skateboarding, y'all don't say shit to them. See, because it makes people feel uncomfortable when they see black men unified. Nobody ain't die. Nobody arguing. Call the cops. Something's going wrong. Something's going wrong. You see? Because unity is also a spiritual thing. So not only will change our physical circumstances, our finances, our jobs, you know, those things, our careers and things like that. But we'll also fix our families. We'll fix our households. We'll fix our health. We'll fix our minds. We'll fix our hearts. See, they don't want that. See, that's black men getting their shit together. See, that's why nobody want to listen to this type of shit. Because this is black men really getting their shit together. Not you just going to get an investment portfolio. But then when you 60 years old, your ass developed cancer and you can't even reap none of the benefits of what the fuck you invested in. See, you see that? See, only black men can help black men get their shit together. Because you know what? Black women still getting their shit together. They ain't really got it to help us. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 a day. Y'all hit the like button. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. These women ain't really got it like that. They trying to get their shit together. They try their hardest to help us. But they want to be sitting on a couple of million too. They trying to get their minds right. They trying to recover from all the trauma of their baby fathers and all the niggas who lied and beat on them. This is why I tell us, brothers, to focus on us. They try and get their shit together. They going to therapy now. They working out more. They be having their little sisterhood sessions where they talk out their problems. They try and get their shit together the right way. That's what we supposed to be doing. Internal, external. Because all roads lead back to the internal. All roads. See, if your mind ain't right, it don't matter how much money you make. If your health ain't right, it don't matter where the hell you can go and vacation at. If your household ain't together, where the hell you running to? You gonna come back to a house full of bills, or your house might be burnt the hell down. Because you ain't got no control in your house. Your shit ain't put together, none of that. We worry about the wrong shit. Why do y'all think y'all say what y'all saying about these women? Oh, these women don't want relationships. Yeah, they try and get their shit together. Yeah, they don't want no relationship. Yeah, just come through, lace me up, nigga, and go. And guess what, black men? What's the problem with that? Because you should be getting your shit together too. Lace her shit up and go. You don't owe her nothing else. Bye. Bye, because we getting our shit together. We don't need to be intermingling our traumas. We don't need to be intermingling our traumas. Real shit. Real shit. Because once you start trying to do that and trying to make it work and fix pat, pit, pat, now your ass stressed again. You ain't tired of that yet, fellas? Stay away from it. You ain't got to deal with her shit. And she ain't got to deal with yours. Straight up. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show. Shout out to Mac Mean, salute. Shout out to the OG Mace. Boot Camp, salute. Andre Harris, salute, bro. Charles Ramsey, salute. Shout out to everybody, man. If I miss you, salute. I appreciate it. But all roads lead back to home, brothers. You can't run from that. Okay? You can't run from it. Yes, it's a family issue. The relationship breakdown between black men and black women stems from a relationship issue. It stems from a family issue. Excuse me. And the relationship that she has with her family and the relationship that you have with yours. You attracted a person who has family issues because you do. These are just the facts. That's why she was so attractive to you. Trauma can be attractive when you don't know. You don't know. Why you think I come up with nicknames and shit? Why you think I do that? It's still traumatic, though. It's still traumatic. But when you really begin to sit down and look at certain things, you really begin to see where things come back to you. Not it being your fault. Not it being your fault. But you start thinking about, man, how did I attract this shit to myself? How did I get another one of those? You know what I'm talking about, fellas? When it's like, God damn, I done got in a relationship with the same girl. Same girl. Like, damn, she got the same attitude as her. Or she go through she went. How you think you doing that? Because it's something in you. It's something in you that's drawing you to it. And that's what you got to think about. It's not about the fault. Nobody's saying that, oh, the relationship didn't work out, so it's ultimately the man's fault. No, I'm not saying that, bro. What I'm saying is, as a man, when it don't work out, no matter whose fault it is, you're still supposed to be able to sit back and be able to think like, yo, okay, shorty did me dirty. But how did I end up with a chick that will want to do me like that? That's what I'm talking about. And if your mind don't go there, therein lies the problem. See, if your mind stay on, well, she did for 10 years, you still, she did. That was 10 years ago, dog. You still ain't figure out how she was able to do what she done to you? See, that's where we need to be headed, brothers. See, you can't start the healing process still saying, she did, she did, she did, they did, he didn't do, they didn't do. That's the process will never start. It's never going to start. Because when you constantly do that, you're blocking the process from starting. That's what you're doing. Every time you say, well, but they did, that's you saying, I didn't do anything. I'm not accepting anything. That's what that means. You see? You see? See, we're supposed to be at the stage where we asking ourselves, well, damn, why did I even deal with her? What made me convince myself that she wasn't even like that? What did I do? Where was I gullible at? What did I fall for? See, why we not there, brothers? Why we not there? Why we still, they did, she did, he did, why we still there? Why we still there in our 40s? Why are we still there in our 50s, 60s? Why? Why? And you know black men die early, right? We already know that. Black men die early. So you still want to be, he did, she did, they did in your 50s and 60s, bruh? How long you think you... How long you think you're going to live? Still doing that. You're in your 30s or 40s now, and you're still doing that? How long you think you got left to live, my brother? How long? If you in your 30s and 40s now, still doing that, you still holding that shit in you, how many more years you think you got left? You think you got another 30? You think you got another 40? You think you got another 50? Huh? You think you're going to be able to see your great grandkids? Huh? And then when you're on your deathbed and you realize, man, I could have just left that shit alone, man. Man, I could have just been worried about myself, man. And it's too late. You're dying. How many more great black men we got to lose like that, man? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. How many more? That's what I want to know. What's up, Monique? Shout out to Junior Ali. Fierce soul in the building. Salute. How many more? Huh? You have brothers here that's providing agency. Don't run from it. Don't run from it, brother. Don't run from it. Don't do it. See, this is why I say all roads lead back to home. They all lead back to the internal. Because, see, when you've been living a lie for so long, when you've been living a purposeless life, when you just been to and fro, wayward your whole life, It's hard for you to come towards something that's not familiar. It can be scary. See, I know. But see, my thing is, brothers, how much time do you got left? How much time do you got left with the constant threat of extinction, with the high incarceration rates, with the joblessness rates, the homelessness rates? How much time you think you got left? And then with all of this shit going on within the government, the shit going on in our environment with the weather. How much time you think we got left, brothers? Because guess who's gonna be on the outs first? Black men. Black men. You know why? Because black men are the only ones who are not actively working together to get their shit together. Black men are the only people who are not actively together, working together to protect themselves and to protect what they've built. Black women are doing it. Black women are doing it right now. They're building together and they're protecting their shit. What we doing? We trying to spin a nigga block. That's what we trying to do. We trying to spin the block and kill a op. That's what we trying to do. Or Millie Rock on any block. That's what we trying to do. We trying to put some pain in. We ain't going through enough pain. We still trying to put pain in. We still trying to put pain in on each other. Nigga, you grew up a crack baby. Why I want to put more pain in on you? Growing up, your friend sold crack to your mother. Why would I want to put more pain on you, bro? You had to see that. You had to see that, bro. Why would I want to put more pain in on you? Huh? Why would I want to put pain in on you? Huh? Why? Why would I want to do that? Does that make any sense? That's why you uneducated. You can't read. Your moms grew up on drugs. Your homies was selling her to work. Why would I want to put pain in on you? Why? And guess what? Guess why we hang with each other? Because we grew up together. My mama and your mama friends, nigga. Why I'm gonna put pain in on you? Huh? For what? My mama know your mama. Don't you know our fathers probably met our mamas in the same place, nigga? I'm gonna put pain in on you. Why? So my mama could go to your funeral and cry with your mother. And then your mama gonna be on the phone crying with my mother because I'm in jail for killing you. Listen to that. All roads lead back to home. Family. That's family. Brothers, we family, dog. We family. We family. Why am I put pain in on you? My mother gonna be at your funeral crying with your mother. What are we doing out here? What are we doing? What are we doing? We running from ourselves and killing ourselves. This is what we doing. Ken Nash, salute, my brother. This is what we doing. We running from each other and killing each other. That's what we doing. Either I'm going to run from a black man or I'm going to kill a black man. You see that? You see that? All roads lead back to home. Because guess who loses in that situation? Black men. You kill me, I'm dead, you go to jail. Black men lose. Black men lose. Black people lose. Let me correct myself. Black people lose. Because we lost, and our mamas lost, and our families lost. So black people lose. When we not unified, black men, you don't see that? You don't see when black men are unified, how black women get along with each other? Ho, ho, ho! Should I have said that? Should I have said that? When black men know how to act around each other, they women know how to act with each other. These are facts. See, because when solid men step out with their women know how to act. Even if she see a woman she don't like, she know not to get out of line because she represent her man. See that shit? And she know her man ain't on that dumb shit. She know when it's time for her man to get on that type of time, it's a whole different type of level. So she don't want that. So what she gonna do is she gonna sip her goddamn drink and shut up. Not because her man made her do it and he's abusive. No, none of that stupid shit. No, because she understands that her man is a peaceful man. And a peaceful man is always ready for war. See, she understands that. So she don't want to disturb her man's peace. You know? You understand that? See, she knows this. Women know that. When they would have do that, leave him, just let him go and have a joint and chill. Don't do it. Not because she's scared. That's what a man is. Because when you disturb a man's peace, when you play with a man's family, internal, when you disturb a man's peace, when you threaten a man's health, when you play with a man's family, when you disrespect a man, his appearance, when you disrespect a man's house, all bets are off. See, all roads lead back to home, brothers. See, so it don't matter if you pay the bills in the house. If you're not a respectable man, it don't matter if you pay the bills. It still ain't your house, nigga. It's hers. It's her house. So what if you pay the bills? You ain't thorough like that. You don't carry yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because you got to be tough and gangster. No, there's a level of assertiveness that women look for in men that you may not have due to a level of insecurity that may come from you being abused. Like you not being able to assert yourself when you were little. See, this is what happens to guys. When they're young, they're not able to be a boy and to speak up and to grow up. So it's not in them when they're grown. It's dumbed down. So it's not about you being tough and you knock somebody out like y'all like to get on here and talk. No, we're not talking about that. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you speak. You see? That's a internal thing. It's internal. All things lead back to home, fellas. It all does. If you let women disrespect you here in America, why wouldn't you let a woman disrespect you somewhere else? Why? Oh, because you think she wouldn't. Why wouldn't she? Oh, why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she? All roads lead back to home. All roads lead back to home. And I want to let you brothers know this today. That it all goes back to the internal. It all goes back to those things. How you see and feel about yourself. You see? That's what it all goes back to. And the things that's around that. Who you are. It all goes back to who you are. You see? Because what you can do, or what you do, not what you can do, but what you do, it could be temporary. You could change jobs. You can change careers. You see? But if you never decide to change you, see, that's a different level of change. See, because that level of change you're responsible for. Your job could just say, hey, we doing layoffs, and hey, we decided to lay you off. You ain't had no control of that. Hey, we're cutting people, and your name came out, so thank you. Have a good day. But you're responsible for the internal change. You're responsible for that. You are. You are. You see? So shout out to everybody, man. I'm going to give some shout outs before I end today's show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, the Cash App is going across the screen. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV is where y'all can go, man. Much love. Shout out to Fierce Soul. Shout out to YC for coming through. Shout out to Mac Mean. Salute, my brother. Shout out to Mac Mean, man. Shout out to Let Me Put the Tip In. Shout out to my brother Ken Nash. Shout out to Monique in the building. Shout out to the OG Mace for coming through. Shout out to my brother Junior. Shout out to Boot Camp. Andre Harris. Shout out to Charles Ramsey. Shout out to my brother Spotlight B-Ball. Shalom, my brother. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Travis Rogers in the building. My brother Larry Vaughn. Shout out to Miss Angie. Hey, Miss Angie. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. I appreciate you. Profitable Pat. Salute. Shout out to Miss Letitia. Hey, Letitia. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. See who else up in here. Shout out to my brother, Sandbox brother, Papa Flock in the building. Salute, bro. No, I appreciate your support, bro. You already know that. Man, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Vanden Van. Appreciate you, Vanden Van. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. He says, salute to you, brother, for this great content. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your donation. See who else up in here. Hey, Sage. What's going on, Sage? Shout out to Mark McJoy. Shout out to Miss Garnetta Brown. Shout out to my man Bob. What's good, Bob? Shout out to Bob, man. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, Like I said, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. If y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all you visionaries, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate all the super chats. If you hit the Cash App, if I missed any super chats, my apologies. My apologies. I appreciate all the love, all the support. And of course, we will be back here tomorrow, same time, 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, and I appreciate all the love and the support. And before we get up out of here, brothers, remember, brothers, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build, because we are our own agency. We are our own agency. Don't forget to get down in the comment section and leave a comment. Follow me on all social media platforms. It is in the description box. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.